Hello and welcome to the GMS Magazine videos. I am Paco Garcia and today I bring you the review of an American game called Mayhem. Mayhem is an RPG from the company Midnight Campaign that came out in 2013, product of the minds of Rob and Aubrey Hicks. It's just a game that's been published by two people and a labor of love, and that shows very much indeed. The game comes in a large book. It's a print on demand, so the quality is good enough. The cover is a little bit flexible, as you can tell, and I cannot see a version in hardback, so it's just a softback, but the quality of the paper is actually very good. The printing is very decent, and although it's not laminated and it's not shiny paper, but it's actually pretty decent. Inside, the artwork varies from mediocre to absolutely brilliant, but the artwork that's there does the trick. It is in the right places and the right amount, so it needs tightening in the next edition of the game, but it actually does what it's meant to do, so I'm not going to criticize it too much. Layout is very good. Again, it needs a little bit of tightening because, for example, it doesn't need the background image that it has, that watermark. Doesn't need it, but it's one of those things. It doesn't stop you from reading the game quite comfortably, which is what's meant to happen. In terms of the system, I actually liked it. It's not the slickest, it's not the most elegant, and it is quite die heavy. It is all attribute driven. So the attributes are going to determine what die you roll. So for example, for an attribute of 5 to 6, you roll a d6. For an attribute of 9 to 10, you roll a d10, so on and so forth. So the better the attribute, the better the roll. The attribute is going to influence the skills. The skills are going to be linked to those attributes. And you can, by subtly changing the skills, you can customize the character quite a lot. Character creation is the standard, you roll your attributes, you choose your race, you choose your skills, you choose your weapon, and off you go. However, because you have about 22 different playing races, of which some of them can be indeed improved, changed, enhanced with some curses or some talents, you have an awful lot of reading to do before deciding what kind of character you want to play. Having so many races is great. You have humans, but you don't have elves, you don't have dwarfs, you don't have halflings, you don't have any of the more traditional races that you can find in pretty much any other medieval fantasy game. Why is that a blessing and a curse? Because you have from human to demonic and celestial races, so it can create some problems if you want to have a demonic race with a celestial race within the same group. That will need tightening up with your group, but hey, it can happen, and it can add actually an awful lot of variety to the game itself. The system comes with everything you can imagine, from flight rules, combat, movement, etc, etc. The world is very interesting. It's not 100% original, but it has a few things that are very interesting. Oh, I beg your pardon. In terms of the rules, two things that really got my eye and I really loved. In terms of the hit points, they are endurance driven. So the endurance is going to determine exactly how many hit points you have in total. But it is your willpower that determines how can you stay awake when you receive your hit points. So for example, you may fall unconscious in a battle when you get to 35 hit points, but you may still have another 15 points on top of that. Why is that a good thing? Because if you have ongoing damage, even if you fall unconscious, you're likely to still have enough points not to die. You're going to last more than 1 or 2 rounds, which is something that we have seen in other games way too often. Also, it has a very interesting feedback system, which is basically like hit points for the mind. Why did I like it? Because the more powerful, for example, spell that you cast, you get a number of hit points to your mind. Now your brain, and this is willpower driven, your brain can withstand that damage without a problem because it's been trained for that. But it comes a point when you exert yourself too much that your brain begins to suffer headaches or worse. However, you can concentrate for one round to recover some of those feedback points and keep going at it. So basically, wizards do not have to become automatically useless when they run out of mind hit points, and I did like that an awful lot. The world, as I was saying, is not overly original, but it has a few very interesting things, like the potential for great epic storytelling. For example, everything is a sentient being, including stars, the sun, the moon, which means that the right group of people could actually interact with the right kind of being. It has 5 continents, which is gigantic, although it's only concentrating on this particular book on just one continent, which is large enough. However, the book does feel like it needs another 200 pages just to tell you more about the world, because it feels like it needs more landmarks, more people, more traditions, more customs, more cities. It needs more of it. And it is pretty obvious that the authors do have that amount of material. It's just that they, it's just 2 people creating over 200 pages of games. So again, I am not going to fault it too much. Dotted adventure seeds around the book and throughout the whole book can give you enough ideas to get you going. The book ends with a short chapter on storytelling, which is actually pretty good if you are a beginner, and is not a bad thing to remember if you are a veteran player. So one thing that it's worth considering. Overall, I did like it an awful lot. It needs tightening, it needs a lot of work thrown into it and a lot of money thrown into it, which is why this book is not better, but just because of the rule system, which is actually, I did enjoy a few things in there, the amount of ideas and some of the races, definitely well worth getting it. You can read the full review on gmsmagazine.com. The link will be below. So thank you very much indeed for watching this video. And if you have already got this game, or you have your thoughts about not having, any other kind of race in your games, yeah, let me know. I'd like to know what you have to say. Thank you very much for watching. Please support our Patreon campaign so we can bring you more videos, better quality, very soon indeed, with more shows. And don't forget to subscribe. Click that little button in there and say yes to the I like it if you liked the video, or the not if you didn't like. I'd love to know what you have to say. But until the next time, thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you very soon.